friends, in this video, Mike and I go to Orlando, Florida. We go to explore Universal Studios. I get to explore a park that Mike went to before it even opened, and City Walk. I was doing a little shimmy when I said that. So this trip to Florida was a very, very special one. Not only was it my first experience going to Florida, since Mike's been there almost half a dozen times, this was the trip where Mike and I got engaged. Super, super exciting. This day especially, though, was very interesting for us because this was right around Hurricane Ian. We didn't let that stop us, though. This day was so mind-boggling to me. This park is so cool. That is so cool! See? It's very cool. So we went with Mike's family, and we decided to keep up a family tradition and hit up Men in Black right away.
We're all pretty competitive at this, always have been. My mom normally always wins. I don't know, she just found the trick, or she just presses that red button at the perfect time. You know, the button they tell you not to press, she presses it at the perfect time. But this year, my dad won, so he needed the picture in front of the sign. Don't ask me why he decided to wear a Disney shirt to Universal.
Right next to Men in Black is Krusty Land. We went to the Simpsons ride, which is a very nostalgic ride for Mike. I will say, motion sickness warning though, it's a really fun ride, but you are moving around a lot. Now let's have something nutritious and delicious for breakfast. We went to Lard Land and got a giant donut. Super nostalgic, very sweet, very greasy. And at this point, I learned that I absolutely love this freaking ride. Mike loves this ride, and
oh my god, I love Brendan Fraser!
And I do too. It's such a good ride. Ride it, seriously ride it. In our opinion, we feel like the best way to experience these theme parks is by getting a park-to-park ticket so that you can bounce from Universal Studios to Islands of Adventure. And by doing that the best way possible, taking the Hogwarts Express. And it's a really awesome mirror illusion with how you get into platform 9 3/4. Make sure someone films it so you can see. Gotta love that sound. It gets you so excited. We've arrived to Hogwarts! Oh my gosh, this castle was so crazy to look at. The forced perspective was amazing. And speaking of amazing, I finally got to try butterbeer. What's your favorite way of having butterbeer? We got the frozen kind and it was delicious, but now there's apparently 4 ways to have it. The regular, the frozen, the hot, and now popsicle? Let us know, what's your favorite way to indulge in butterbeer? After kicking off Hogsmeade the right way with a nice tasty butterbeer, we made our way over to the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Inside Hogwarts is the Forbidden Journey. I love how immersive this queue line is. It really takes you out of reality and brings you right into this world. It's a really thrilling ride that uses both practical and screen effects very well. I will give a bit of a warning to anyone who has arachnophobia and motion sickness, because you will deal with that. Going from a really thrilling ride to kind of an underwhelming ride, I would categorize it more as a family-friendly ride, would be Flight of the Hippogriff. Honestly, the most exciting part about this ride was seeing Buckbeak. Great animatronic, but yeah, it was very quick and not really worth the wait. We did explore more of Hogsmeade, like going into Honeydukes and getting some candy, but we will circle back to this later because right now we're going to make our way over to Jurassic Park.
So Islands of Adventure is a park that will always hold a special place in my heart because I've been going there since before opening date. Like actually, I was very fortunate enough to go on what was called Media Day, and I actually have footage from 1999.
Walk in, Islands of Adventure, new theme park.
So that was my dad. I'm not quite sure how he got these passes. He kind of forgets too, but either way, I'll never forget the experience as a kid there. I'll never forget it just recently going back. Like, this Jurassic Park area is so nostalgic to me. Does it compete with the other ones around the world? I highly doubt it. Could probably use some updating. By that, I mainly mean this ride. This is the Jurassic Park River Adventure, and it looks a lot different in the other 2 Universal parks. But that T-Rex at the end still freaks me out. I forgot Matthew needed a leash for a bit. He would just run off. The new edition, Velocicoaster. It's insane. Angela faced her fears and went on it with us. None of us were expecting no shoulder restraints. It's just a lap bar. And it gets a 10 out of 10 for how thrilling it is. I really hope they never get rid of this area. I don't care how outdated people say it is. Toon Lagoon is classic, and it's home to 2 classic rides that you just get soaked on. Literally this whole area you can get drenched, and I love it because Florida, I don't know if you know this, is hot and humid as I love Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. It is easily one of the best log flumes I've ever been on. I go on it every time I'm here. The animatronics are fun. The drop is just one of the best drops ever for a log flume, at least that I've been on so far. And as you can see, we get soaked, and normally we go to Bluto's bilge wrap barges right after and get even more soaking wet. But back in '99, my dad decided to go on by himself just so we could shoot him with the water guns. My dad's always kind of been like a big kid, and still is to this day, and just a lot of fun. I'll always love him.
Cute. Oh, such a cutie.
I agree with you though. I hope they never get rid of Toon Lagoon because I really enjoyed feeling like I was in a cartoon or a comic book.
There it is, man. Spider-Man.
I'm pretty sure at the time Spider-Man was like the big ticket attraction. It was like that and Jurassic Park were the big ticket family attractions. If you ask now, it's probably the Harry Potter area, but every single land in this park has something really fun to offer.
Like Seuss Landing, there's so many interactive things for kids to enjoy, including us, who are kids at heart. But I especially love being able to experience all the activities that Mike got to enjoy as a child, because this was his childhood.
Yay! So many mallards.
Yeah, it's an hour.
And it's clearly still a child. Tic-Tac-Joe has seen better days back in its heyday. Clearly worked for Mike and Matthew when they were children, but for us as adults, not so much. Needs a little bit of TLC.
That is Matthew's video game face still to this day.
When Mike was a little boy, he loved to hug mascots like Sam I Am, and he thought because Sam I Am and the Grinch were in the same world that he could hug the Grinch too. Oh, poor little Michael.
I guess I was trying to warm the Grinch's heart. I don't know, I was pretty naive at the time, and apparently a bit of a brat because I was pissed off that my brother got to control the lever to go up and my arms were crossed.
Even Thing 1 and Thing 2 are shaking their head at you, Michael. Oh my goodness.
Amelia! Mel. Amelia, Matthew's lying in it.
Your poor mom. I love that your dad just watched the chaos and filmed it. Classic.
So this area, I think it's called the Lost Continent. I last read it's rumored to be changed into maybe Hyrule, like Zelda. Don't take my word for it, that's just the rumor I read. But the Lost Continent used to have this walkthrough attraction right here called Poseidon's Fury. It was a really cool special effects show, but it's also a really good space for Hyrule Temple.
It's also a really great place to walk over back to Hogsmeade so that we can jump back on the Hogwarts Express and check out Diagon Alley. Not diagonally. And I was pleasantly surprised by our Hungarian horntail friend here. Whoa. We explored a bit of Diagon Alley here, including Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Screw you, Fred and George, for making that name very hard to say. Definitely go in there and explore it. There's a lot of cool little things in there. We decided to go on to Escape from Gringotts, and this queue line is also fantastic. The goblins look so realistic. I'm very, very impressed by this. And just like the Forbidden Journey, they use both screen and practical effects very well. I was impressed by this ride. Keep in mind though, it is quite thrilling. You are going to see a lot of the bad guys here, including Voldemort.
So currently, Universal has the DreamWorks area under construction. You'll have attractions, shops, and theming related to Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, Trolls. It's gonna be a really cool area, even though it is taking over one of my favorite childhood areas. So luckily, we got to get one last goodbye in. I know it doesn't look like it, but this place used to be packed. The Curious George area was pretty much like a whole water area outside, and then inside was like a whole ball factory. And my friends know how much I love balls, so I had to give this place one last goodbye.
We circled back to Krusty Land because we wanted to get a Duff beer and possibly a Krusty burger, but because of Hurricane Ian, everything started to close early. So fingers crossed that we get to hit that little bucket list of things for me to try in 2025, since The Simpsons contract ends in 2028, so thankfully there's still time. And since things were closing on Universal Studios and we wanted to run back over to Islands of Adventure.
I don't know how do you manage being like the smartest people in the room. It's hard sometimes. I bet it is. I wouldn't know, but I bet it is. I bet it is. What house are you? Which do you think? Gryffindor? They are in my top 4. Yeah. They are. Yeah, every year. Look, I've never met one I didn't like. No, they are. I actually feel smarter in your presence. Yeah. I'm gaining intellectual prowess via osmosis.
He was a Hufflepuff, by the way. With this being our last time to be in Hogwarts, we had to make sure we got our wands. His brother got an Elder Wand, I got Bellatrix Lestrange, and Mike got Sirius Black, even though he's not very serious. And then it was left on me to decide on our last ride, and I picked Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Easily the best ride of the park.
Is preparing for its opening of its latest theme park. Islands of Adventure has been years in the making, but as Joan Fuller reports, some early visitors say it's worth the wait. Prince says Universal's aim is to totally immerse visitors into whatever world they're visiting, be it Toon Lagoon or Marvel's Superhero Island.
I think he's been converted to Spider-Man. He's a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, he likes Spider. Look, he's got the Spider-Man look. There it is.
Oh,
there it is. Oh.
They're hoping all the media gathered here will keep the
We were
story
on
back
TV.
home. That says thumbs up to the new Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, not putting down Disney. We love it. It is magical, but I think this would be like our park to be at.
Yeah, this definitely is.
Universal City Walk almost feels like a park in itself. It is something you have to walk through to get to Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, but it's also a place where you can do a lot of fun activities like escape rooms, go into a lot of fun shops, or enjoy a lot of restaurants like the one we chose to go to, which is the Jamaican restaurant Bob Marley: A Tribute to Freedom. We had an amazing server named Tiny. I don't know if she's still working there or not, but if she is, I would ask if she could be your server. Their drink menu had a lot of fun beverages to choose from. The atmosphere was a 10 out of 10. They did a really great job at making you feel like you were no longer in Florida, but actually in Jamaica. I appreciated the fact that there was plant-based options for me to try from. I got to finally try a vegetarian Jamaican patty, and everybody loved their food. Off to desserts we go. We went to Voodoo Donut. I gotta say, they are wonderful with their marketing. Good things come in pink boxes. What a gem. This is a great place for adults, not so much for kids, even though it is donuts, just because there's a lot of sexual innuendos.
It's fine. They won't know.
There are a lot of options here for donuts. It's a little overwhelming for me, in my opinion, but the donuts were delicious. Now, another bucket list thing I hope we get to hit next time we come to Universal is that building right behind this wonderful lady, which is the Cowfish. It was one of our options, but we landed on Bob Marley. The thing that was appealing us to the Cowfish was the fact that it was an interesting fusion between burgers and sushi, which is something Mike enjoys and something I enjoy, so it was something for the both of us. We do plan on doing more review videos in the future, so it'll be next time. Thanks for joining us once again on another trip. I hope you enjoyed walking down memory lane with Mike and I on this one.
These parks were cool back in 1999, and they got even better over the years. Can't wait to revisit when Epic Universe opens.